Hi artists, it's Miss Messer, your friendly neighborhood art teacher. And you might notice that I'm out today. Your number one job is to keep our substitute teacher very happy by following all class rules. By keeping our sub happy, you're making Miss Messer happy, which in turn makes the art room a better place. So thank you for doing that. So let's talk about what we're going to make today. Today, we're going to be using markers to make a pyramid from paper. Before we start, take a good look at mine. Notice that all sides are designed completely, colored in neatly, and there are lots of different colors. So keep these things in mind for when you begin your work. So today, we're going to make a 3D form, as I mentioned, a pyramid, and we're going to design it using patterns, shapes, and lines. Pattern, shape, and line are building blocks of art. You can always practice getting better at creating designs using just these three art elements. Before we begin, take a look at the paper you'll be getting. You only get one, so make it count. Notice that there are 4 triangles that make up the pyramid. The triangles are where our designs go. There are also 3 tabs that stick out from these triangles. You don't need to design on the tabs, but make sure you don't cut them off later when we get to that step. Usually I say to begin with a pencil. You can start with a pencil for sure, especially if you're drawing something challenging, but you're also welcome to just start with a marker today. Watch as I use different types of lines to fill the space of each triangle. I'm putting a different design on each side, making sure I'm coloring neatly and creating variety by using different types of lines and shapes. When repeated, lines and shapes turn into patterns. That's another way to fill the space. At your tables, you'll also have handouts with lines and shapes on them, so feel free to use them to get ideas. On this side, I made a star, but it looks like it's going off the page, what's called out of the frame, so it's cut off a little. On my last triangle, I experimented with using the same design, a spiral, over and over in different colors. But these are all just ideas. There's no right or wrong answer, and you can share ideas with your neighbor. Just focus on coloring in neatly and using a variety of shapes, lines, and patterns to fill up the space. After you've finished designing your pyramid, it's time to cut it out. Neatly cut on the outside black lines, making sure not to cut off the tabs. After you've cut, it's time to fold. But before we do that, make sure you write your name and class code neatly in a corner of your pyramid. After your work is labeled, you can go ahead and start folding. You're going to be using the side of your thumb to create crisp, precise folds on each one of those black lines. A good way to make sure you're folding right on the black line in the right spot is to bend the paper without making a crease. So watch as I flip it over, I bend it back, and I make sure it's in the right spot. Then I'm going to use the side of my thumb to press down hard. This creates the crisp, precise fold in the exact right spot. Make sure you're folding inwards. As you make your folds on each one of the black lines, you'll notice your pyramid starting to come together. Your final step is to assemble the pyramid by using a thin line of glue on each tab. Then get out your little pinchy fingers and pinch and hold that glue in place. Then you can sit back and marvel at your awesome creation. If you finished early, make another one and attach it in some creative way to your first. Okay, artists, go make some art. I can't wait to see what you make.